So welcome back. We get ready to continue and conclude the Golden Drum for 2026 here at Basel, a metre 55 jump-off competition with 9 qualified through to our jump-off over a short course set by Gerard Lechat of Switzerland and Gregory Baudot of France. Switzerland with some very good chances here. Of course, as we said, Werner Muff and Daimler were the first and only Swiss winners of this competition a couple of years ago, but there are 3 chances for Switzerland in tonight's jump-off here in Basel. Adrian Schmidt and Chicarito will be the first to show us the way around this track. We're going to start out at the Le Trois with its checkerboard rails at what was fence 10. That fence there, the international fence, is one that hasn't been jumped yet. That will be the final fence on the jump-off course. So we're tracking the course now, 2 to 3, the J. Safra Saracen. Left-hand turn back to 2 remaining parts of the triple combination line, B and C only, making it a double of verticals. Back here to the Longines at what was fence 7. To the Basel drummers, and here to the last. It's double clear for our first to go, Adrian Schmidt. The time 36.69 for the others to try and overtake. So Adrian Schmidt was only the second rider in the ring and gave us that clear. As I say, whilst we still don't have a huge number of clears, we did just get the sense that it was very well matched, I think, the level of intensity of the first round track to the field of horses that we had coming forward as well for the Golden Drum tonight. So about 10 horses later then, we got our next clear round. It came from Austrian Olympian and championship medalist Katarina Romberg and her very good Calestus Cambridge. Now she has 36.69 to beat. Good turn back here to what is now this double of verticals. Cuts her way back around the Basel fence to the Longines, 23 or so seconds. At the Basel drummers, she rattles the wing, but it all stays in place. 36 to beat, she's there, 34.23, as you say, jumping the Longines fence in about 23 seconds. Katarina Romberg is now the one to beat here. Could it be an Austrian victory? But there are some big names still to come here amongst our clear rounds, not least Willem Greve and Dennis Lynch. Into the lead for Katarina Romberg, and has she done enough? Because of course one of the things you can do is you can just go fast enough to put so much pressure on the others that whilst they might be able to go faster than you, they cannot do it leaving everything standing. They will be forced into an error. Well, straight after Katarina Romberg then we got another clear round, and it came from Joliat. Gaetan, one of the graduates of the youth program here in Switzerland, just 20 years old, and riding Chelsea, the horse he rode at this year's, or last summer's, FEI European Championships for young riders, the under-21 level of the sport. So it needs to be faster than 34.23, needs to be faster than 23 seconds over the Longines fence, and in fact It all comes adrift at the very first. Not in sync at all. Coming down to the Le Trois, not quite on their game with their plan totally squared away between them. And they're grinding to a halt. So 4 faults for the stop. 6 seconds added for the disturbance as well. Just waiting for everything to be reset over at the Trois fence. And then Gaetan will get the tone once again. There it is. And of course, chances, unfortunately, of taking this Golden Drum title have eluded him. And in fact, just takes a courtesy jump and will go out having retired in the jump-off round. Gaetan, Joliat and Chelsea. So that is 2 of our 3 Swiss contenders we've seen out of our 9 for the jump-off here in the Golden Drum.
Katarina Romberg auf Platz 1, 34,22 Sekunden. Es kommt aus Deutschland,
Yeah, keep talking about Willem Greve and Dennis Lynch, and maybe to the exclusion of this man, and that could be a mistake. Hansi de Dreher, Vesmal de Coty. Hansi now just seeing the arena for the first time from horseback with the fences that have been removed, analysing his lines, refining and confirming his plan to try and take the Golden Drum. So off to a pretty flying start. He gets low across the ground here and just picks up that Basel fence very nicely. Difficult for them to get much tighter, and Hansi just feels he has to balance the horse there before the double of verticals. Let's get his time here at the Longines. 21-22 seconds, so he's potentially up on Katarina Romberg. 34-23 to beat. And he's got it. 33-31 for Hans-Dieter Dreher and Vesmal de Coty, putting Germany in the driving seat of the Golden Drum here. Interestingly, a German rider has never taken the Golden Drum. That could change here tonight with Hans-Dieter Dreher. We also have Norway and the Netherlands looking for potentially their first victory. And another one to come for Germany as well in the form of our 9th qualifier, Josch, who will go last. But Hans-Dieter Dreher is the one to beat now, having cleared our time check fence at about 22 seconds. Well, after the break, we had to wait another wee while before we saw Barbara Schnieper deliver our next clear round. Only the 5th of the evening with L'École. And this is the final Swiss challenger to take the Golden Drum for the first time since Werner Muff in 2018. Maybe a little wider than some, but remember we saw Hans-Dieter take probably the tightest slice you could and then end up having to just make a wee adjustment and break his rhythm a touch. She is slower, considerably slower, 24-25 seconds over the Longines. We have 3 double clears on the board, so actually there's not much valor in a steady double clear, except of course for your own relationship with your horse and preparation maybe for future big classes. Barbara goes into 4th on 37.06, but double clear in the Golden Drum.
Zeit Platz ist zu schlagen den 33,31 für Hans-Dieter Dreher. Hier ist Colonello aus Greve, Johann Sebastian Gulliksen, Norwegen.
So proving himself very, very fast last night with the unlucky rail in the Longines Grand Prix with his other horse, Harwich. Johann Sebastian Gulliksen now of Norway will take up the challenge of the time to beat 33:31 with Colonello. Pushing again, you know, he needs to be 22 seconds over this, so he's a little bit adrift of Hans-Dieter Dreher. Having only had one double clear last night in the jump-off, we're 4 and 4 it will be for the moment in our jump-off tonight, as Johann Sebastian is the first to play the penalty with a rail at the drummer fence itself down there in the corner of the ring. So Johann Sebastian Gulliksen, Colonello, the first to bring home 4 faults. The time 34:88. If he'd been clear on that time, he'd have gone into third. So can anyone quite take this away from Hans-Dieter Dreher? 33:31. This man can do it, whether this combination can do it. The just 9-year-old cannon-bred Party in de Hoos for Willem Greve. Richie Skillen, Willem's long-time groom, on the kiss and cry with him here. Current leader of the Western European League of Longines CHI World Cup jumping with those double of victories, another top 5 just in recent weeks as well, with Pretty Woman Van Paradise. He gets a good strike there through the double of verticals. He works hard on this bend back here. He is still a little slower than Dreher, but my goodness, he was brave there at the Longines. Even if he doesn't win this, what a horse we have here in Party in de Hoos for Willem Greve. He's going to be just in arrears. 35 seconds. It goes into third at the moment. Katarina Romberg and Hans-Dieter Dreher both that little bit more prompt across the ground. But a super double clear there from Willem Greve as Party in de Hoos, the 9-year-old cannon-bred. He took some serious risks and the horse answered for him. And we'll see that happen more and more in bigger classes in the future. And there's a big win in this one's future, no doubt about it. Look at that. So let's see if our only former winner to make it into the jump-off can do it. The 2020 winner of the Golden Drum here in Basel, Dennis Lynch, with the Vista Grand, certainly. He has the horsepower to do it. Very, very successful, very experienced horse.
So viel Zeit muss Platz sein, ne?
So the gauntlet laid down by Hans-Dieter Dreher, picked up now by Dennis Lynch. He's really got this horse opened up right from the get-go, and here he finds he actually has to wind the horse back in. Is this going to cost him a little bit too much? Yeah, he is down on the clock, 24-25 seconds as he gets to our time check fence, the Longines. So Dennis Lynch coming around to the last. It should be double clear for him in Vista Grand. It is 36.73. He's down the order. He is fifth as things currently stand. We of 6 double clears. So we are guaranteed a German winner. We're guaranteed a first ever German winner. But is it going to be Hans-Dieter Dreher, or is it going to be Josch Löhden and EIC Schabernack? Yeah, Dennis was on for the win between the first 2 fences, and then when he had to make that big adjustment, try and get Vista Grand back, listening to him and focused, that cost him a lot, unfortunately. Oh. Remember, Josch Löhden ended up mistakenly jumping an extra fence. Having jumped clear, he ended up taking on the A element of the triple combination. Again, he slides into the first, gets all of our hearts into our mouths. But he is also flying. Snug around here. This is going to be competitive. 22, rising 23. He's maybe a fraction down on Hans-Dieter Dreher. But my goodness, he's brave. He's going for it, and he has done it. 33.16. Josch Löhden takes the victory, making it a German 1-2. And Josch Löhden and EIC Schabernack taking victory in the Golden Drum. And what a fantastic result that is for this horse, because still co-owned by the breeder as well. Frank Plonk together with Max Kuhne's Sport Horses. And Schabernack and Josch Löhden have been knocking on the door for a little while. Just coming to attention in the last few weeks and months, and now it is one of the big ones. The Golden Drum here at Basel, the first ever German winner, and it is Josch Löhden and EIC Schabernack.